Welcome to Creepin' It Real. I am Judah. Welcome to Creepin' It Real. I am Judah.
I'm still disgusted.
With what?
I'm not going to say it. I'm Jake, and I'm grossed out.
With what?
Gabe's pink eye.
What Judah did.
I did
Disgusting.
nothing.
Judah. That's contagious. You know that.
I like the lights, Judah.
Thank you. And behind the camera is the keeper of secrets himself, Gabe.
Tell us a good one. Is Biden dead?
He is deceased.
No longer a secret.
Now it's not a secret anymore.
He doesn't keep them very well.
No,
I
not
take
secret.
back that title that I just gave you.
You're the giver of secrets.
Wow.
Yikes. Not good.
Okay.
Really
Well,
dead.
last week, per request by my newly acquired internet friend, Maxwell King
up,
of
buddy?
Maxwell King Horrors, suggested that we watch Cat's Eye.
All hail the king.
This I kind of find interesting. I was watching one of his question and answer videos,
Okay.
and he mentioned that Cat's Eye is one of his favorite movies from childhood, that his grandma introduced him to it.
Really?
He has some good memories of his grandma
Okay.
feeding into his horror addiction. And one of my top, probably 5 horror movies that I like is House. That
Love
was
that movie.
introduced to me by my grandmother when I was a
Wow.
child.
That's so wild.
Isn't it? That's weird.
Yeah, me and my grandma used to watch wrestling.
Well, it's-
Oh, yeah. Here we go. You're going to sit down. You're going to watch this. You're going to shut your bio. Oh, yeah.
Did she have pay-per-view? Would she get that for you stuff?
No, we would just watch the VHSs.
Gotcha. Oh, so
Yeah.
they were old. I mean,
They were older.
Yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
I gotcha. So we watched Cat's Eye, 1985.
We did.
It's an anthology.
It is.
Gabe, start playing that trailer. This stars Drew Barrymore, sort of.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Barrymore and a cat.
My kitty
This
cat.
cat, in fact,
Yes, this is my kitty cat.
is somewhat the thread in all 3 of these stories.
Thread. I like that.
Except,
You have such a way with words.
thank you. I tried.
Hey, Cujo!
Yep.
Oh, and
Christy.
Christine.
Christy.
And
And there's the
then,
one.
Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Let's name all the Stephen King movies.
And that,
You know what's
yeah.
Frankenstein doesn't scare me. Marsupials
That's
do.
not a bad
because
impersonation.
they're fast. Sorry.
Whoa. I lost track. Oh, anyway, but Drew is just like a ancillary character in the first 2 stories,
Right.
and she's the main character in the third. I read that,
Smoking!
yeah, The Mask,
No, that was a joke.
was it?
Yeah,
But he said that
I know.
in The Mask. I was just never mind. I used to enjoy that movie, and I was watching the trailer the other day, and I was like, what was I thinking?
I don't know. I like number 2. What's wrong with me?
Wow!
I know, right?
Mask 2, the son of Mask?
I am a serial killer.
Oh my...
Yeah, I have a few bodies in the freezer.
Okay.
So, that was the trailer
Yeah, there you go.
while we discussed different movies.
Exactly.
Besides that.
But apparently, okay, so the first and second part of this movie came from Stephen King stories. The
Correct.
last one was written specifically by Stephen King for this movie, specifically for Drew Barrymore, because apparently the producer liked her from Firestarter. What's that?
Firestarter was what, 84?
Yeah, it would have to be.
Oh, it says it right there.
Which was also a
Oh, yeah, 84.
Stephen King movie.
Correctamundo.
So-
Was E.T. Stephen King?
No, that's Steven Spielberg.
Oh, different Stephen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there you go.
I don't know movies.
Why don't you give me your thoughts on this trilogy of short stories?
Honestly, it was so campy. And not like a good campy. It was camp. It was camp done wrong, in my opinion.
Really?
I think so. Just because, I feel like there were a lot of moments where they were really trying to be scary,
Okay.
but then there were moments they were trying to be campy.
Mhm.
So it was very choppy, in my opinion. Whereas you look at Evil Dead 2, or Army of Darkness, it's camp throughout.
This movie was PG-13.
Was it made for TV?
No, it actually did have a theatrical release.
Really? Okay. Okay. Because that's what I thought watching it, except for a few parts where I was like, oh, watch out, boobies, you know.
Watch out, boobies. I don't think they should. Oh, from the magazine.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will.
Did it make any money?
It did. It had a budget of $7 million,
What?
and it walked away with $13 million. So it
My
almost
question-
doubled its
My
money.
question is, where is that money going, especially in 85? Did it go through? Ah, that's that's what it is. Late night. Look, I had a pretty bad coke addiction, and I never spent anywhere near that.
$7 million?
No.
Is,
no.
is that something you'd be honest about?
Oh, about 20 grand.
Sheesh. Well, good for you.
Here's
But
the thing.
you
This
had
is
the
a
inroads.
Marilyn Manson quote.
Okay, let's hear it.
Cocaine is for wealthy people because it doesn't make you poor. It just makes you less wealthy. I know. Kind of like heroin and stuff.
I guess I just can't connect with it.
Heroin will make you. You're on the streets, buddy.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't do it partying and stuff like that. It was like, I've got 3 businesses and no, and 4 kids. Oh my God.
There's a 5th one coming.
Hey, Jess.
What? Okay, let's get back to the movie.
Yeah.
So you didn't enjoy any? Well, okay.
I
let's
didn't say I
be
didn't
honest.
enjoy it.
You
I thought
missed
it was
a majority of the second one, right?
I did. I was pooping. I had a pretty
Pooping.
Yeah. Yeah. I look like I do a lot of coke, don't
I
I?
have no idea.
I'm back there snorting dried potatoes. Ooh, cheesy.
Those instant potatoes
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah,
Hooked on?
they actually become potatoes down here when they mix with everything. But anyways,
gosh,
yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah. So
What's your rating? I mean, are you gonna?
I wasn't a huge fan. I'd give it a 4 out of 10, just because it was really chopped up and there was a lot of stuff in there. When you hear a Stephen King, whether it's a good movie or not, I feel like you have to have it hold it to a higher standard
Okay.
when you put his name on it.
What if we're looking at it from the fact that this was 85 and it was probably only the second Stephen King movie at that point?
It doesn't matter. How long has Stephen King been around? You ever read
A long time.
The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon?
No, never heard of it.
Fantastic. That gave me such a huge respect for Stephen King. And so, like, I see Stephen King's cat's eye. And don't put his name on this junk. And that's just
But
like,
he wrote it.
But if you read it, it wouldn't make... I mean, it would make a lot more sense than this, I guarantee it.
Perhaps.
Have you read any Stephen King movies? Or, I mean, movies. Books?
That's a good question, Jacob. And I don't think I have.
Have you read any horror books that ended up as movies?
I've read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay, let me compare.
I read Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park, which I personally think is a sci-fi horror.
Okay, compare it to this then. Resident Evil. You are a huge fan of Resident Evil.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, do you find it disrespectful almost that anything, especially recently, that's come out that says Resident Evil on it is disrespectful?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my comparison, if that makes sense.
I do get that, other than the fact that Stephen King wrote this screenplay.
He wrote the screenplay?
Yes.
Fuck Stephen King.
So, I mean, if it's anybody's fault, it's his own. Okay.
But it was his second movie. Give him a break. No.
I don't know. I was throwing that out. I know
Sure.
it was very early.
It was a 4 out of 10.
I read it. What I read is that the trailer misinformed people by saying Stephen King's first theatrical movie, which it was not, because obviously Firestarter was Stephen King and it came out in 84. So it clearly was not the first.
I wonder if that trailer came out before Firestarter did. Anyways, I just felt, and we'll talk about that, is that it just didn't, a lot of things did not make sense, and there was no conclusion to it.
Making no sense. This,
I'd go back a few seconds.
I can forgive a lot of stuff in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Them trying to tie it all together with this cat and it just kind of being very loosely happening, but
Meow. It's after me.
okay, now that makes a little more sense. Do you
Are you thinking the troll?
yeah, because when I saw this, I'm like, well, this makes no sense because you have to find it.
Find it's
what?
after me.
And
So with that okay, I guess there's.
do you
a
think that
conclusion
connects to the troll?
I think it's a little bit of a stretch, because it's like, well, why does this cat have psychic abilities all of a sudden?
The cat, Drew Barrymore. How does she suddenly have like telekinesis?
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm vibrating. My butt's vibrating.
Yeah, mine was too, which is weird. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
So I found that weird. I think we now just kind of talked through that.
Right.
And we can kind of accept that.
There is a connection. There is a conclusion. It's a really crappy stretch, though.
Yeah. For me, I found, you mentioned that the first story, Quitters Inc., about a guy who needs to quit smoking, felt very Twilight Zone. And I agree.
Yeah.
It was very Twilight Zone. It was very goofy. This guy needs to quit smoking. He goes to this very extreme.
It went from 0 to 100, like.
Where they tell him they have 100% success rate for the people who enroll because they watch you 100% of the time, and they give you threats like, the first time you smoke, we're gonna put your wife in this room,
electrocution,
and we're gonna shock her. The second time you smoke, we're gonna take your daughter, we're gonna throw her in the room, we're gonna shock her. The third time,
we're gonna have relations with your wife.
yes. The fourth time, they kill you.
Yeah, so you might as well just.
So I don't
got
know.
'em.
I was somewhat entertained. It had an ending that was very like, oh, pinky finger missing. We'll let you watch the movie if you haven't watched it yourself. The second one, called The Ledge, to me just was, it didn't fit within any kind of a horror anthology whatsoever. It was just.
Oh, some people have a huge fright of.
You're right.
Fear
You're
of
right.
heights, and that might be horror-esque to them. And I have a huge
You
fear
are
of
correct.
heights.
You are correct.
My daughter made me get on a ride yesterday at the fairgrounds.
Oh, did you go?
Yeah,
Nice.
and I was like, oh, I left my stomach. It's funny because there's all these teenagers on it, and then there's me, and I'm like, I think it's hilarious to like be like, I'm really sorry, but I get really queasy, and if I get sick, I apologize ahead of time. And then the entire ride, I'm like, and the people across from me are like,
no, don't do it, don't do it. That's funny.
No.
I don't know. This one, it was just okay. It just, to me, it was like whatever. It was very goofy.
It was middle,
super goofy.
It was middle of the book.
As
quality.
we were watching this, there's this scene with this dude thumbing through he's getting his life threatened, like, I'm going to shoot you, and he just starts awkwardly thumbing through this penthouse. Gabe, show that clip, would you? So look at he's like, this dude's pointing a gun at him.
Stop. Don't do it.
And he's just like,
dude, let me get one last jerk off.
He's
please,
just like,
bro.
thumbing through this like penthouse
He's
awkwardly.
like, wait, what about this?
He's
You
like,
got a boot fetish?
yeah, exactly. Okay, you can. That's good. Yeah, you should shut that off.
So let's think about this. Give me your reason on why he was doing that.
It made no sense to me.
Come on.
Nervousness,
Give me-
awkward, like trying to play it cool, like he wasn't about to poop
Like-
himself.
Whatever, dude. I'm just gonna jerk it while
Yeah, he's
you
like-
got the gun.
I'm not scared of you. Jake and I were when we were watching this, we pointed it out. And we were like, "This is so weird. Why?" But I came to find out that the original story that Stephen King wrote was first published in that very
Penthouse.
issue of Penthouse.
We talk about stretches here. What a stretch that was.
He was throwing in little like winks and nods to
That
himself.
wasn't a wink and a nod. That was like a, hey, look, here's the article. Goodbye, fourth wall. it was rough, man.
I just thought it was kind of funny.
Or the lady reading, what was it? Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, she's reading Pet Cemetery.
It's
Yeah.
like, hey dear, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yep.
And it's like, ugh.
Even though the second episode was just like whatever, then when they were on the ledge, they were clearly in a studio, and you see like the ground below with cars driving and stuff.
Mhm.
I loved it because it was obviously fake. So I loved the practical effects in that.
Right.
Even though it's so like it's just a street, I just loved it. Then let's come to the third one. It's called General, which is about this stars Drew Barrymore and the cat. They are heavily
They wrap it up.
they are the thing. There's a troll that's trying to, kill Drew Barrymore, suck
Steal
out
her
her
breath.
essence or whatever. Their parents are jerks. They don't believe and want to throw the cat away, euthanize them. Cat saves Drew Barrymore. Everybody lives happily ever after.
Except for the troll.
And the troll gets chopped up in a fan. But again, oh, Gabe, pull up some of those the clips that I had you save. They built a full-on stage.
This was good. This was the best part.
Click on the bed.
There you go.
Look at this.
Whoa.
That is so amazing.
That's pretty wild, dude.
This the whole Drew Barrymore's bedroom is built big like this, just so that the troll can look teeny.
Man,
It is amazing
Here's
to
the
me.
thing is that what's amazing to me with that is the lengths that they used to have to go to
Mhm.
make it look real, because they didn't have
Yeah.
the option of some, outsourcing it to China to get it done in, CGI.
Yeah.
You know,
But I enjoy
there's that 7 mil.
the green screen was great. They would superimpose this with Drew Barrymore behind it, and it made it look like this troll was reaching out and clamping her nose shut. They did a fantastic job. I mean, there's a few things like the troll has a wavy sword, but then when they picked up the sword at the end, it was straight, which annoyed me. But most
You would think that there was like some kind of quality assurance people like
somebody
going
missed
through the
that one.
movie,
Yeah. But I enjoyed that. Now, on a whole, this is not like the greatest anthology I've ever seen, but I don't generally have a as I already said, high opinion of anthologies in the first place. But I'm going to put this at a 6. It's not like something that I'd be like, you have to watch this. But I
if you're
enjoyed
bored,
it. I enjoyed it.
You need something to watch.
And I can definitely see where somebody like Max, seeing this when he was a kid, I can see this, grabbing a hold of you
Sure.
and it becoming one of your favorites. I definitely,
Well,
100%.
I did like Ernest Does Halloween, so.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But I really like that. One other thing, though, after watching this, that I really thought is why Max really liked it, and this is going to be an inside joke. Nobody else is going to get this. Can you throw up that clip of the cat food?
Oh no, here we go. He's making new friends. That's it.
Making new friends.
This is my last episode,
we go.
guys.
Max, I think this is really why you like this movie. The sausage, buddy. Okay, that's it. Thanks.
Well, Max, as my replacement, I just have to say good luck. He can get grumpy sometimes, okay? And if he does, you just got to feed him. Don't feed him after midnight, okay? And he does like his pets.
I do like my pets. Do you remember several times they used that song by the Police?
Yeah.
In the movie?
Somebody's watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very funny. They did not have enough money to get the
License
rights
it?
to the original, so they got a cover.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's a big-ass bedroom.
That's true. You know what? When you think of it that way, I'm glad that they spent their money on making that big bedroom
And the big
versus
cigarettes.
getting
dancing
that's right.
around.
The big I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Versus paying the police to use that song. So good job, guys. This has been Creepin' It Real. I am Judah,
I'm Jake.
and behind the camera is
It's
once
the
again
lie giver, secret giver.
Yeah, exactly.
Gabe.
Gabe. We'll catch you next week. Thanks a lot.
Bye.